You cannot find the energy to get out of the bed in the morning to go to work because you are dissatisfied with what you do in the workplace? In this video, I'll talk about identifying what you don't like about your job and what you can do moving forward. What's up? I'm Theodora and I'm a solution coach. Welcome back to my channel where you get videos from me every 2 weeks on Saturday teaching you how to simplify to amplify your career. You will get strategies around life and career vision, building habits that serve you, and communicating more effectively in the workplace. The scope of sharing all these tips and strategies with you is to guide you to grow your productivity, avoid burnout, and take the next level in your career. As always, timestamps and resources are linked below. Gallup in the Global Workplace Report from 2022 found that 60% of people are emotionally detached at work and 19% feel miserable. There are many reasons why you may feel dissatisfied in the workplace. Some of them can be how you are treated by your superiors or coworkers, the mismatch in the company's culture and values, or a bad manager that has poor communication skills. It can be signs of burnout due to increased workload and responsibilities, low salary, and the list can continue. Whatever reason is true for you, it's a significant risk to your well-being if you don't do anything about it. What I always do when I feel unbalanced, regardless if it's the workplace or my personal life, I reflect on what is the root cause of me feeling that way. Understanding what makes you dissatisfied in the current workplace is essential before even thinking about what you can do about it. Here are some questions you can ask yourself to take inventory of your situation. The first one is, I don't like my job because, and fill in the blanks. Pinpoint in which situations are you dissatisfied. In which situations are you satisfied at work? What made you start working for this company? Find any minor things such as the company provides good coffee, flexibility to take 1 hour off whenever you need it, some coworkers you enjoy spending time with. One easy way to know when you are unbalanced is by paying attention to the words you use. If you tend to use words like all the time, never, and always, this is an excellent exercise to find at least one thing that invalidates these affirmations. So if your answer to the second question, pinpoint in which situations are you dissatisfied, was all the time, and then you found at least one thing you are satisfied with, go back and really think about what really makes you feel dissatisfied in the workplace. These are some questions to guide you. Is it the company itself you don't like? Are the responsibilities you have? Is working on a specific project or with a specific group of people? Is it how the management treats you? Is it that you don't feel challenged and you don't have a place to grow? There is no right or wrong answer. Spend a bit of time and think of at least one thing that makes you feel disappointed in the workplace. Be as specific as possible. This is an excellent exercise to identify what's important to you and what you value the most. I practice this exercise myself to find the pros and cons whenever I tend to focus too much on one side or the other of the situation. I don't use this exercise all the time, but when I notice that a certain situation I'm disappointed about affects my well-being in other areas of my life, such as I'm angry most of the time or I feel sad and I cannot anchor in the present moment, I do use this exercise. I call this exercise pro and cons list because you are practically writing all the pros and cons for a certain situation. Some benefits of creating a pro or cons list are: it helps you stay rational in certain situations and not let yourself be controlled too much by your emotions. It helps you be aware when you are disappointed. This makes you be aware of the choices you made in response to when you feel disappointed. Once you identify some situations when you are unsatisfied, pick one that negatively affects you the most and focus on that first. Don't try to solve all the disappointments at the same time. Prioritize them based on the pain, anger, sadness they evoke in you. Feeling disappointment is nothing more than an expectation or hope you create around a certain situation. And when those hopes or expectations don't come true, the bigger the expectation, the bigger the disappointment. Now, going back to the situation where you were disappointed, what expectations do you have around that situation that make you feel that way? What's your level of control around those expectations? If your expectations reflect other people doing certain things, I want to speak frankly with you. You may continue being disappointed. You may try influencing other people to do certain things, but you cannot force them to do them. I've learned during my career that when I create expectations, I do my best to create something in my control. For example, suppose I encounter a situation when someone should have done something, but that person didn't, and I had to do the work instead. In that case, feeling dissatisfied with the other person's work is natural. But at the same time, being aware that it's not in my control to change the other person, I can think about how to communicate better next time so that person knows what needs to be done. This doesn't mean that all the time you'll have only self-expectation. You'll continue expecting things from other people, especially when you work in a team. One advice I have for you here is to not get emotionally attached to the outcome, so whenever something else happens that is not aligned to your hopes and expectations, it's easier for you to let it go and detach. After you watch this video, you can watch another video of mine where I talk about focus on what you can control in the workplace. When disappointment is so high that you notice that it impacts your well-being and other areas of your life, creating a pro-cons list to assess what events feed this disappointment and be grateful for the things that bring you satisfaction helps you identify what's important to you and what you value the most. Being dissatisfied or disappointed occurs whenever hope or expectation is created around certain situations. As much as humanly possible, create expectations in your control and easily detach from those that are not in your control. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you are dissatisfied about in your job? If you made it this far and you are not already subscribed, tap on the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Follow your joy. Life is more than work. Remember to live it. If you haven't joined Tech Career Insider Facebook group, you can find the link in the resources section. This group is for everyone who works in the tech IT industry and who is drowning in overwhelmed and burnout. This group is about connecting and helping each other by sharing tips and strategies that make us more productive and fulfilled in our careers and life without working long hours.